Level 1. The Prey. You are 14 years old. It's your first day of high school. The double doors slam shut behind you, and the noise is deafening. Shouting, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking on polished linoleum. You are clutching your schedule like a shield, but it offers no protection. You look around and realize the truth immediately. The teachers don't run this place. They just visit. The students own the halls. A group of older kids blocks the stairwell. They look at you, and you immediately drop your eyes to the floor. You're small. You are weak. You are fresh meat. In the cafeteria, you learn the first rule of survival. You don't sit where you want. You sit where you are allowed. You find an empty seat at a broken table near the trash cans. A senior walks by, knocks your tray onto the floor, and laughs. You don't say a word. You just clean it up. You are learning your place, level 2, the invisible. 3 months have passed. You are 15 now. You've learned how to navigate the building without being seen. You know which hallways to avoid, which bathrooms are controlled by the smokers, and which stairwells are used for settling scores. You wear neutral colors, you keep your head down. But being invisible comes with a tax. The lower-tier bullies find you. They don't beat you up. That draws too much attention. Instead, it's a quiet humiliation. They take your lunch money in the locker room. They make you do their math homework. You do it because you think compliance is safety. You think if you give them what they want, they will leave you alone. You go home every day feeling a knot of anger burning in your stomach. You look in the mirror and you hate the person staring back. You realize that hiding isn't living. It's just waiting for your turn to get crushed. Level 3. The Observer. You're no longer just looking at the floor. You're looking at the system. You sit in the bleachers and you study them. The school is divided into factions. The athletes control the courtyard. The elites run the student council and the front rows. But the real power, the underground power, is run by the crews. You watch how they operate. They have a hierarchy. They run the black market, stolen test answers, fake hall passes, banned energy drinks. You notice the alpha of the East Wing crew. He never raises his voice, yet everyone moves out of his way. You realize that power isn't about how big you are. It's about fear, leverage, and respect. You start mapping the alliances and the rivalries. You know who hates who owes money to who. You are gathering intelligence. You don't have muscles, but you have a brain. And you are getting tired of being a victim. Level 4. The Catalyst. You are 16. It's a rainy Tuesday. You are at your locker when one of your usual tormentors shoves you from behind. Your books scatter. He expects you to bend down and pick them up, just like always. He smiles, waiting for your submission. But the knot in your stomach finally snaps. You don't think. You just pivot. You drive your fist into his jaw as hard as you can. The sound of a bone cracking echoes in the hallway. He drops to the floor, holding his face, completely in shock. The entire hallway goes dead silent. You stand over him, your knuckles bleeding, your heart hammering against your ribs. You wait for the regret, but it doesn't come. Instead, you feel a massive rush of adrenaline. You feel alive. The teachers rush in and drag you to the principal's office. You get suspended for a week, but when you walk out of those double doors, you know nothing will ever be the same. Level 5. The Initiation. When you return from suspension, the air is different. People don't bump into you anymore. They whisper when you walk by. The boy you hit hasn't looked you in the eye since. During lunch, someone kicks a chair out for you at a different table. It's the East Wing crew. They saw what you did. They like your fire, but they know you're unprotected. The leader looks at you and offers you a choice. Stay alone and eventually get jumped by the guys you humiliated, or join them. You take the seat. You are given a task to prove your loyalty. It's small at first. Smuggling a master key out of the janitor's closet. You do it flawlessly. You are no longer prey. You are part of a pack. Level 6, the soldier. You are 17. You've spent a year in the crew. You know the rules. You protect your own, you never talk to the teachers, and you claim your territory. The school is a chessboard, and you are a knight. There is a dispute over turf. A rival gang from the upperclassmen tries to take over the bleachers behind the football field. Your crew's main spot. Words turn into a shoving match, and then the fists fly. It's a brutal, chaotic brawl in the mud. You catch a punch to the ribs that knocks the wind out of you, but you tackle the guy to the ground. You fight tooth and nail. The sirens wail in the distance, and everyone scatters. You go home with a black eye and bruised knuckles. Your parents ask what happened. You tell them you tripped in gym class. You smile through the pain. You earned your stripes today. Level 7, the lieutenant. You're no longer doing the dirty work. You're directing it. The leader of the crew graduates, leaving a vacuum of power. The older guys want it, but you are smarter. You don't use your fists anymore. You use leverage. You corner the market on midterm answers. You have connections in the AV club, the library, and even the office aides. You know everybody's secrets. You know the star quarterback is failing math. You know the student body president was caught vaping in the bathroom. You use this information. You offer protection, you offer favors, and in return, you demand absolute loyalty. The older members of the crew step aside. They realize you can't be beaten. You are ruthless, calculating, and cold. Level 8, the Kingpin. You are a senior. You are 18. You are at the very top of the food chain. The principal thinks he runs the school, but he's just a figurehead. You run the school. You decide who sits where. You decide which parties happen and who gets invited. If someone gets bullied, it's because you allowed it. If a fight breaks out, it's because you sanctioned it. Even the rival crews pay taxes to you. You walk down the center of the hallway, and the sea of students parts for you. Nobody makes eye contact unless you want them to. The freshmen look at you the way you used to look at the seniors, with pure, unadulterated terror. You have become exactly what you hated on your first day. And the worst part is, you love it. Level 9. The paranoia. Being at the top is lonely. There is a target on your back every single day. The juniors are getting hungry. They want your spot. You start trusting fewer people. You cut ties with your original friends because you suspect they are plotting against you. You are constantly watching the doors, watching the whispers, looking for the betrayal you know is coming. A rival crew tries to set you up. They plant a stolen laptop in your locker and tip off the security guards. But you were one step ahead. You paid off a freshman to swap the locks. The guards find nothing. You find the guy who tried to set you up. You don't lay a finger on him. You just completely erase his social existence. You have him banished from every group, every table, every event. You show everyone that crossing you is worse than physical pain. Level 10, the ghost. It's graduation day. The gym is hot, packed with parents and flashing cameras. You are wearing a cap and gown. The principal hands you a diploma and shakes your hand, completely oblivious to the empire you built right under his nose. You walk across the stage and look out at the crowd of students. You see the fear, the respect, the hatred. But as you step out of the gymnasium and into the warm summer air, a sudden cold realization hits you. The bells, the lockers, the cafeterias, the crews. None of it matters out here. The kingdom you ruled for 4 years is just a brick building for children. Tomorrow you walk into the real world. A world where your rank means nothing. Where you are once again at the very bottom of the food chain. You turn and look at the school one last time. You are leaving it behind. But the instinct to survive, the coldness you developed, the hunger for power, that never leaves you. You are starting over. Welcome back to Level 1.